recording. I quickly give an intro and then open the
Yeah.
floor to you, Priya. So, thank you all for taking time to join on a Saturday evening, 30 minutes for this session. So, with the world now running towards money, job, family pressures, so we most of the time forget to take care of one important thing, that's yourself. So there have been cases of a lot of domestic violence. A lot of reasons for domestic violence is not someone external, but just yourself or your partner. So those are the only two people majorly responsible for domestic violence, not just because of other issues, but you are not healthy mentally. And same thing happens with a lot of offices, corporate, where people undergo a lot of harassment, stress, pressure, bullying and tension, and they are unable to show or unable to make themselves aware of what they can do to get out of it. So we thought that's very important, and Priya, our Help4People's one of the early starters and community members, offered to provide this session 30 minutes completely free, just to share some very useful tips that will be very beneficial for both our personal and professional lives. So I won't take much of your time, and I will give the floor to Priya to take us through 30 minutes. And hopefully, this session is useful to you all. And we will record this session. And if you believe this is going to help your friends or family or anyone else you think, please forward the recording to them. So as long as someone benefits out of this in useful tips, we would be very happy as part of this community. Thank you all. Thank you, Priya, and open to you.
Okay. Thanks, Jay. Thanks for this opportunity. So yes. So how many of you here have some sort of a thinking that that runs constantly in your mind? How many of you feel that? You can just send me a private message, or you can just wave hand. Anything would do. Um, Okay, I've seen so many hands raising. Thank you for your response. So I'm Priya Mulraj. I'm a certified life coach. I love to self-empower people uh, to help you, unlock your true potential, right? That's what I love to do. And I'm on a mission to cultivate emotional resilience and gain clarity so you can lead a better life possible, right? So that is my mission. And just wondering how many of you here feel like you've got some sort of a negative thinking pattern that keeps repeating. It's on a loop, and later when you reflect back, you feel like you regret it so much that, oh my god, I have wasted so much of my time just by thinking about it. How many of you here feel that way? You can just okay. Yes, I can see if your hands. Thank you so much. Yes, I have felt that too before. Do I have your permission to, uh, to share my quick flashback about me 2 years back? Just quick flashback. I'll just keep it real quick. Do I have your permission? Okay, thank you. Thanks for the acknowledgements. So I've got an extraordinary support system, I would say, be it my partner, be it my, parents, everyone are so supportive. I don't think there is any reason that I have to be really worried about. I was being blessed with child at the right time. Everything was perfect, we have also got PR, and of course, with PR, I can easily get the work as well, right? So everything is fine. But I don't know why I went into a depression mode. So it was purely because I was surrounded by this constant negative thoughts, which I was surrounded by, right? It was because of that I went into a depression. So that was me 2 years back, and I didn't know how to get out of that pattern. That is when I met my mentor, my life coach, and that is when I started to see things in a different perspective, right? So I corrected what was going wrong in me, and I understand how to stay peaceful, stay calm regardless of what life throws at you, right? So that is when I started to become I wanted to become a life coach as well. So that is my quick flashback. So I've been there myself, so I understand how it feels and all of it, right? Even now I feel, but I know how to better cope that, right? So and just wondering, do you know what are the main cause that would lead you into overthinking? Uh, you can just share few answers. Like, what do you think is the main cause of overthinking? Why do we get into that mode? Okay, that's right. I've got a response. So it says fear. That's true. So excessive thinking is actually driven by fear. It's because we are afraid of something. It could be a potential output or the outcome that we could end up getting, right? So it aggravates itself when we actually start focusing on the potential negatives, all the positive negatives. Yeah. uh, as we start thinking about all the positive sorry, the negative outcomes that a situation can lead us to, we get into this trap of overthinking, right? So if you catch yourself the next time thinking too much about the negative, about something negative, I want you to please stop yourself from that. Just get detached from that thinking, and shift your attention to a positive perspective, right? It could be most of the time it's like we always think, okay, what if this fails, what if this happens, what if that happens, and that what if is most probably it is because it is a negative situation, right? So the next time I wanted you to shift that perspective into, what if that turns out to be an amazing thing that I'm going to try, what if that is an amazing decision that I'm going to take, right? Just shift your perspective. That is like an instant kick, that I would say, that works like magic. As you shift the perspective from thinking what if it's wrong to what if that works out, right? That is like an instant thing you can try. And I understand. Sorry, I'm just trying to admit people. Sorry about that. Yes, all good. So that overthink is actually a huge topic, right? Overthinking is huge, and I'm sure everyone has a different overthinking perspective. Like it varies from what one person overthinks onto and what other person overthinks onto, right? And there is no one size that fits into all solution, right? So what I'm trying to cover here is something that is very generic that anyone can use based on your situation. That's what this 30 minutes call is going to be. And if you needed any specific help, you can reach out to me later, right? If you think what I'm about to suggest makes sense to you, you can just reach out to me as well, right? And thinking is actually good. Thinking, of course, for anything, before you purchase something or before you wanted to decide something, you have to think, right? But when it becomes too much, that is when there is a problem, right? That's when all the problem arrive, when it happens too much, right? So I have got this 8 best ways to beat the overthinking. These are 8 practical steps that you can really try, uh, or the things that you should be really mindful about when it comes to overthinking, right? The first one is, the problem is rarely the problem at all. So there is a saying in Tamil, சின்ன விஷயத்தையும் ஊதி 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 அப்படியே பெருசாக்கிடுவாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So it's like you trying to inflate, let's say this is a small stone and you're trying to inflate that small stone, and it becomes like a huge rock, right? Just because you have inflated it with air, it has become like a huge problem now. So considering that as an example, I wanted you to think about it. Let's say majority of the problem is actually caused by you thinking the way, I mean, you portraying a problem. It happens in your mind. The way you portray that problem using your thoughts, how you imagine it, that is where all the harm is being caused. That's the majority of the reason, right? It happens in your head, the way you think about a problem, right? And only the minority of the portion, let's say 5% to 1%, is where the real problem itself, it could be the reality or the outcome that the reality yields to. So I wanted you to keep this in your mind. The next step, whenever you think about a problem, just keep this in your mind before you make any decision, right? Is that a real problem, or is it something that you are trying to inflate it and make it worse, right? The second is, avoid self rejection, and act despite the fear. What that means. So let's say you've got a job opportunity or something, and but you feel like you don't deserve that opportunity at all. You don't deserve to be in that place, or you don't deserve to apply for that position, or you don't deserve to pursue that, whatever that could be, right? I wanted you to just go apply for it anyways, irrespective of whatever that resistance is stopping you from. Just go apply for it, because we always feel like we are not enough, and we self sabotage ourselves, you know We could be great at that, but it's just our own resistance which is actually stopping us from, pursuing anything or doing anything, right? I wanted you to talk to your the negative resistance, just suppress it and just go for it anyways, any which ways, right? So, and there could be few situations where you wanted to try, but you have been thinking, if I should not, what are the best possible ways. Do you have been thinking, doing a lot of research about it? In that particular situation, I wanted you to set a deadline. I also did a video on this where uh, you can actually set a deadline. Sorry, again, I'm just trying to admit people. Yes, I want you to set a deadline. Okay, this is the date till when I'm allowed to do a research about this topic or about my decision, whatever I wanted to take. You can do a good research about that, do all the analysis, paralysis, whatever it is. Before the deadline, you're allowed to do all of it, right? But once you are over the deadline, I wanted you to give a try. No matter what, just give a try. Only when you give a try, you will understand if that is going to work for you as you're progressing, right? Sorry, again, I'm just trying to admit people. Yeah, so sorry about this excuse. Next time I'll make sure I correct this. Yeah, when I send the invite, I'll make sure everyone are admitted in. Thank you. So yeah, so the next time, set a deadline. Till then, you do all the research, possible research, and you come up with a solution with the given time, whatever you can. Just come up with a solution and just go for it. Try it. Only thinking, it is only going to waste your time, your energy, all of it, right? So give a deadline and just act it before you think about, because you have set that deadline only after you did a lot of research. Now it's time for you to act with that deadline, and see how it goes. Only as you are progressing, you will understand if that is something that really suits you, where you wanted to work on, what better changes can be made, and all of it, right? So yeah, and nobody knows, of course, nobody knows the end results before you even get started. We cannot expect to see the mountain top view when you are far away from it. You can only see it as you are progressing closer. As we get closer to that destination, only then we can actually uh, see the mountain hill top or whatever it is, right? So just think about the progress. Only in the way of you progressing, you will able to understand all of it. And don't be too hard on yourself, right? You are this little poor soul who is trying to meet everyone's expectation, your own expectation if it's huge, right? Just have a lot of compassion towards you. You are the one soul who is going to travel with you forever, with as long as you are alive, right? So have a lot of empathy, a lot of compassion to your own self. Just take good care of yourself. That is really important. The positive self talks that you have to your own self is really the key. Right. And third is silence and time. So most answers cannot be found when you are in a chaotic situation, when you're overthinking. At that state, not much clarity can be gained, right? So I want you to get into isolation where you have got a quiet silent time, where you can just think about it, reflect what you wanted to do. A good thing to do is that you can journal about all your emotions, like all not just emotion, and also about whatever that is that is going on in your mind. If you're new to journaling, it's just that it's basically you putting all your thoughts that is running in your mind into paper, so that your brain doesn't have to uh, consume too much energy by thinking. Say, do you know that so for example, females, women, especially when we are cooking in the morning, right? If we keep thinking, what am I going to cook, what am I going to cook, that consumes a lot of energy. Rather, if you have a meal plan and everything ready, it is going to help you save so much of the day, where you don't waste too much energy just by thinking, because thinking actually consumes a lot of energy. Really drains you when you're just constantly thinking. So rather, whatever thoughts you have, just journal it, or you can also send a message to yourself. You've got this WhatsApp where you can message your own self, right? You can do a voice message, whatever you are comfortable with. You can also have a mirror talk to your own self. Just went out all that, whatever you're going through, what is that, where you wanted to make a decision, all of it, so that over the period, as you reflect back, you will understand, okay, this is where I needed to work on. Okay, this could be the positive, possible right decision that I wanted to focus on, right? So you will definitely gain clarity as you are doing that, right? And and one more thing is that if you can't immediately get a solution, I highly recommend you to stop trying that, like, because that is when you're thinking too much about it, it is going to yield you into overthinking process where it's just draining your energy, and eventually you get into this negative pattern. Rather, as you're thinking, if you're unable to find solution, just give it some time. They say, right, time really heals. So think that, okay, with time I'm going to get the solution. Don't be too hard on yourself where you wanted to immediately fix it, right? Everything takes some time. For few things, it really, time is the answer, right? So there, I wanted, first thing is, find an answer when you are in a silent, quiet place, and also reflect using journaling, and with time you will be able to get it right. So that is about it. And fourth one is, ask this really important question: is there anything that I can do to change the past, or to positively influence the future? Is there anything that I can do? Just ask yourself this question. If the answer is yes, then 100% go do it immediately. Take action. Whatever the action could be, just take the action, right? If the answer is no, you cannot do anything about it, then have a peace with it. Just let it go. Just let it go. Have a peace with it. If it is like you wanted to forgive yourself, just do it. If you want to forgive someone, just do it. It's just because you holding on to that thing is only going to drain your energy. Truly. Rather, you can use that energy to, productively and proactively use it for something else that you can use it for later, right? So always keep this in your mind. Anything else that you are going to do is only going to self harm you. So have peace with it, let it go. There's also one more saying where Buddha says, it's like you drinking a poison when you are, when you're being angry, or when you are, trying to hurt your own self or someone. It's like you drinking the poison and you're expecting someone to die. You drinking the poison and expecting someone to die, that is not possible. Just because you are overthinking, just because you are being so angry, just because you are into this fear emotion, whatever the negative thing is, it is like you drinking that poison, but you're expecting the other person or someone to die. That is not how it is, right? So just think about this as well, based on whatever situation you are currently overthinking with. And the fifth one is the power of now. So what you can do now can sometimes fix your past, but 100% you will have a good future, and also have a uh, peaceful present moment, right? So that is the power of now. Make a peace, as I was discussing before, make a peace with yesterday and let it go. So you're only using that energy to grab hold of the present now, something that is really important, that is going to be productive for you. And yes, so that is about fifth one. And sixth one is, fact check your own thoughts, where it's your thought that creates scenarios in your, see, this is one of the three most I think it's the third most important function of the brain, where your brain is function is that whatever scenarios you believe in, whatever emotions that you believe in, it actually thinks that that is true, and it acts accordingly. So when I say act accordingly, it will start giving scenarios, it will start giving all the uh, uh, possible images that validates what your emotion is currently. Let's say for example, if you feel like you don't deserve that job, if you feel like your mother-in-law is being really mean at you, your brain is only going to give the scenarios that shows, okay, the possible ways where your mother-in-law is being mean to you, or why you don't deserve that opportunity. It is super smart. As we know, our brain is one of the smartest thing. It really recollects and bring all the scenarios why you don't think that you deserve that job, right? Why you don't think that you deserve that job. So that is one of the function of the brain itself. So understand this thing. So your thoughts, it actually creates scenarios in your mind that validates your emotions. It could be uncertainty, it could be fear, or it could be insecurity. So whatever the emotion is, that's what it does. It creates the scenarios and validates why that is true. And one other thing is that when your emotional state is high, let's say you being so frustrated, you're being annoyed, and that, let's call that as a high emotional state. That is when you will have a zero intelligence, zero emotional intelligence. And just to give you an example, when you are in a high emotional state, when you are in a high state where you're really frustrated, and you went out and you wanted to vent out that emotion to someone, right? If someone talks to you at that high emotional state, what is our response going to be like? It is only going to be something which we would be regretting later. Probably we could be yelling at them. Probably we are trying to hurt the other person. Just because we are hurt, we are trying to hurt the other person, right? So when your emotional state is high, you will have zero intelligence. So always keep this in mind. So fact check your own thoughts. That is really important. And acceptance, seventh one is acceptance is peace. So no amount of anxiety is going to change the future, or it is going to change your past. Happen is happen. What we are going to work on right now to make the better future, what is what really matters, right? So accept as who you truly are. Let's say if I am someone, 2 years back, I was someone who didn't have good emotional resilience. I was not aware how to, manage my emotions. I was not aware how to take right kind of decision. I was like always seeking validation from someone. That's who I was earlier. So I was not able to make right kind of choices. Let's say that is who I was 2 years back. And what I did was I accepted who I truly was, and then I worked on, okay, let's say I'm this person, I'm not able to regulate our emotions, I don't know how to. Okay, how do I get from here to where I want to be? I wanted to have a happy family, I wanted to have a happy self. And what do I do? So accept as who you truly are and work on it. So that is another key. Acceptance is peace. And everybody, and understand this thing, everybody is a work in progress. Nobody is perfect in this world. Not even the god is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Everybody are work in progress. And I'm only here in this place because giving you a talk on this topic is because of the 2 years of work that I did on myself. It is a journey, right, in this space. But I was committed, and I was giving my best possible thing what I can, right? So it takes time. Just don't be too hard on yourself if you are in this journey. Right, yeah, just thought I'll share that with you. And the eighth thing is, that's really important too. So being healthy, it starts in your mind. um, I don't think it will get finish in 2 more minutes. Please, whoever can stay for some more time, I'll try to finish quick. Thank you. So, being fit, it doesn't mean that you working out, you sweating out, and you eating this balanced meal, complementing with the right kind of food to to balance it out. It's not just that, right? It it starts. It also about your mind. The right, what are the kind of thoughts? What how you uh, think, all of that really matters. See, if you don't confront the negative thoughts that you are surrounded by, that is constantly running in your mind, you will never be truly healthy. right? The true health is actually measured by the quality of your thoughts. So it's really, yes, it is really measured by the quality of your thoughts. Your thoughts really matters a lot. And to get a break from the negative thinking that is going on currently, I wanted you to do something such as, going for a walk, you watching a comedy show, you, dancing. Or sometimes I like to dance, and when I dance, like, I feel like, okay, I have, detached myself from the thinking pattern, whatever that was running in. Let's say if it was a negative thinking pattern which was going on, as I do that, I feel happy. It could be you going for a jog, you sipping in some fresh tea that you really love to drink, or it could be you listening to a music, or you watching a podcast, you watching a Netflix show, whatever that gives you joy. I wanted you to please do that. Calm yourself down, and then when you feel like, your emotional state is really good, and your energy, when I say energy, you don't feel so much drained, as your battery state, is it's like 100%, if not 100%, at least a charge level. Only then go make a decision, right? So, be how just like how you being healthy physically is important, your mental health is also really important. So there was a friend of mine who went for doctor consultation, and they said, so that she had a urinary infection, right? So urinary infection, for that, the GP had asked, have you been stressed recently? Then I was like so shocked how a stress can impact the urine infection, right? So stress is here, urine infection is down at the bottom. How they have correlation? Like, I was so amazed to hear from that. So it has that huge impact. So not only just PCOD, or being obese, no, unable to reduce your weight, stress plays a major impact. So really take care of your mental health. um yeah, this is what I wanted to share. I hope this really helps. The earlier you start taking care of, you know care of all these patterns, the negative thoughts, whatever it is, the earlier you can become peaceful. You become so peaceful that, you're not deteriorating your own health. Just it's just a small things which aggravates later, and when you look back, oh my god, from here to here, how did I even land up, right? I don't want you to fall in that trap. So please identify it. Wherever you wanted to work on, just get help, work on, and get better. And if anybody who's wondering what do I do being a life coach, so I also let you know, well, like, why life coaching can be effective uh, when it comes to you pursuing a goal, right? Let's say this is your current reality, and this is your future self. In the current reality is where you are having that the current situation and the challenges underneath. Let's say it could be the negative thinking, or you're unable to send a right kind of boundary, you are having some relationship issue, or you are unable to express your own emotions in a right way, so you can get the result, the future self, the one that you wanted to become. It could be you wanted to become a productive person, you wanted to achieve your goal, you wanted to have a beautiful relationship with your own self and with others. It could be anything, right? So we work on the mindset, and I help you get from here to the current from the current reality to the future self, by coaching you, by hand holding you through my accountability system. See, I feel it's only between the sessions the results happen. See, it's like you watching a motivational video, and you are gaining knowledge, and that's it, it's gone. But the accountability system is where plays the role, where you can get the support from someone, and then you know that you are on track, so you can achieve your goal faster. The goal could be anything, right? I would really love for anyone who wants some sort of a guidance, please go get the help, be it anyone, right? It could be you wanting some sort of a financial advice, or you wanting to work on your own self on different perspective. Just go get the help, invest your time, energy, all of it in yourself first, before you expect return from something that that is going to give returns in some other form, right? This is what I wanted to share. And remember, you're not alone. And if you want any sort of a guidance, I'm here more than happy to help you out, because I've been there myself, so I know how it feels, and I know how it feels being in this side as well. So just know that you're not alone. You've got us, the community, and we are here to support you every step of the way. Hashtag you're not alone, hashtag it's a safe space, and hashtag mental health matters. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Jay, and thank you everyone for joining me today, in this Saturday. You could have chosen to do a million other things, but here you are. Really, thank you so much. I really love the commitment that you have to take care of yourself. You are the one who matters the most, not your child, not your partner, or but you are the first one. I always feel you have to look after yourself. Only then, when your cup is full, you can give the best of the best to your family, to your loved ones, right? So make sure your cup is full, you are being healthy, mentally, physically, and that will automatically reflect around your family. Because I have seen that only when I become happier, when I worked on myself, I'm able to give more than the best to my family, right? So just know this. Thank you so much again. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. And very eight very simple tips. Like it's not like something you have to read from the book or follow someone. Very eight tips that you can do just by yourself. Thank you for sharing. It's not usually people willing to share things that will help people. And thanks again, Priya, for offering this to our community. And hopefully, the people make use of these tips and much more tips. And as Priya mentioned, community is always there. So if you have any problems or anything, please reach out. Don't cry alone at your home. So there are people who will not judge you, who will not think bad about you. So if you have some issues, please always reach out. Need not be me, need not be Priya. Reach out to your friend, reach out to your partner, or reach out to your parents. So don't be alone. That's the only thing I want to say before closing out this session. And thank you all again for sharing this 30 minutes of your precious time to attend this session. Hopefully, this is beneficial, and we will come out with much more sessions and much more detailed sessions if you are willing to go further with Priyas. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you so much.